going to soon launch in India. We hope it launches in India, and if it does, it should be coming with a few changes from what it is already in the international market. Otherwise, it could be a little bit disappointing. And that disappointment might be due to the fact that Xiaomi itself has some good phones in the mid-range pricing, especially this one, the Xiaomi Redmi Note 7 Pro. So in this video, we are going to compare the Xiaomi Mi A3 with the Redmi Note 7 Pro to see which is a better choice. Hey guys, this is Chetan for Gizmo Times. If you are here for the first time and like the video, hit the subscribe button and the bell icon for the future videos. So let's start with the design. Both of them have a glass back. It's not those plastics or any polycarbonate bags. Both of them have a glass back, but it's more curvier on the Xiaomi Mi A3. While both of them also have the Gorilla Glass 5 protection on the back, we always expect glass backs to have that tendency of breakage or cracking whenever the phone falls. So you might have to keep them protected, and there's no difference except for how they look. Obviously, it's a kind of a different finish here where you have the vertical striations. Here as well, it is the same. And the camera bump is a bit more on the Redmi Note 7 Pro, and that is due to the fact that the Mi A3 is a bit thicker and that camera gets flushed a bit inside of it, and that thickness is again because almost the same battery on both of them. Still, the phone is smaller, the Mi A3 is smaller, that is why it had to become a bit thicker than the Redmi Note 7 Pro, and otherwise both of them are quite good. I felt that the Mi A3 is much more comfortable to hold, not just because of that curvy body but because of the size. It's almost a 6.1 inch display, 6.088 compared to the 6.3 inch display on the Redmi Note 7 Pro. Obviously, in this area, I would say that for the design, I at least like the Xiaomi Mi A3 over the Redmi Note 7 Pro because it's comfortable to hold. It also seems a bit lighter, and it's overall a phone that you might be easily holding all the time and won't feel like you're holding something very heavy. Next, moving on to the display, that is where I had said that the difference should come from the international market. In international market, this phone is launched with the HD Plus display. Though I'd say that yeah, against the Redmi Note 7 Pro, it's not the worst of the displays. It's AMOLED, and AMOLED compared to IPS LCD on the Redmi Note 7 Pro obviously is better, coming out with punchy colors and overall looking better obviously. Still, I would say that the resolutions compromise is a huge thing for most of the users. Some of them might not even care about whether it's an IPS or AMOLED display. It's all about that resolution, and a full HD plus resolution of 1080 to 2340 pixels against 720 to 1520 obviously is going to say that the Redmi Note 7 Pro has a better display. Though yeah, it's always not just the resolution, but for the users, I've always seen people complaining about the resolutions more than the display type. Next, moving on to the performance, both the phones come with the Snapdragon 600 Plus series. It's Snapdragon 665 platform on the Xiaomi Mi A3, Snapdragon 675 on the Redmi Note 7 Pro. And the difference here is that this Redmi Note 7 Pro has Cryo 460 cores, which is the latest cores against the Cryo 260 cores on this one. Though the power efficient cores, the 4 cores that are power efficient ones, they are faster in the Mi A3 when compared to the Xiaomi Redmi Note 7 Pro. But again, in the day-to-day usage, I would say that there was not a huge difference, except for the fact that I'll bring the interface as well into the performance, because in the interface aspect, I personally felt that the Mi A3 already is lagging. That was the issue right from Xiaomi Mi A1, Mi A2, and now the Mi A3 as well has those lags, those small issues whenever you're trying to switch between the applications. When you open a huge, big application such as a game, go back to the home screen, go to other application, you'll see that lag easily, where you'll see that it's actually taking about some time to switch to the application, and that doesn't happen with the MIUI. MIUI is well optimized in that aspect, and here it won't be only about the processor, it's about the interface. So the MIUI is actually better optimized for the interface, for the user to switch between applications, to use the phone with multiple apps in the background. That optimization doesn't seem to be done with the Mi A3 stock Android. That's a part of Android one. So obviously with the Android OS updates, I would say that the Mi A3 might be getting faster updates, though we haven't seen a huge complaint from people about the MIUI, because we have kept seeing MIUI getting updates on most of the phones, and given it's a Redmi Note 7 Pro, obviously we might get the updates in this phone. But I'd say with the interface, the speed of the usage, the Mi A3 was a bit disappointing when compared to the Xiaomi's Redmi Note 7 Pro's MIUI. And that brings us to the interface. Fully comparing it, I'd say all the features are being missed out on the stock Android. It's the stock Android. Many people might want to use the stock Android because of its simplicity. You can do whatever you want because of the Android's flexibility of giving you that option. But the MIUI's features, under settings, you see loads of gesture options and dual apps and quite a lot of other things, but those are all gone in the stock Android. So that is what you're not going to get. So I won't say that there's a clear winner when we talk about the interface here, because some of you might prefer stock Android, some of you might go with the MIUI. Also, not to forget, even though the company had claimed that they are reducing the ads, it's not reduced. The MIUI still has a lot of ads in it. So in case you're someone who hates those annoying ads, you might end up with the Xiaomi Mi A3, but that should not be the only reason for you to choose the phone. Now moving on to one major aspect where the phones have been doing quite well, both of them have been doing quite well, is the camera department. Camera is the same. The primary camera is the IMX586 sensor with the f1.79 lens aperture, and that thing might differ with the ISP present on them. Snapdragon 675 ISP versus the Snapdragon 665 ISP. I have seen that the Redmi Note 7 Pro has been able to take a few better captures, though it's a hit and a miss on both of them. I won't say that one is a sure shot winner over the other, because in some areas the Mi A3 did better, in some the Redmi Note 7 Pro did a better job. With the portrait mode, actually the Mi A3 allows you to do the change in the bokeh. You can adjust the level of bokeh that you can have. So that aspect, I would say that the Mi A3 was a leader. And one major area where the Mi A3 is better is with the 8 megapixel wide angle camera, which is not at all present on the Redmi Note 7 Pro. So this has a dual lens camera versus this has a triple lens camera. In the triple lens camera, the third one is the 8 megapixel wide angle camera, which is missing in this phone. So in case you're someone who does care about that wide angle camera, you could go with the Mi A3. But with the video recording, the Xiaomi Redmi Note 7 Pro actually seemed better with the colors, with the contrast, and also with the exposure levels. Sometimes the Mi A3's exposures goes out of proportion. You don't even have a proper control over it at that time, and it would go overexposed, and that is something I didn't like about the Mi A3. It wasn't the case with the Xiaomi Redmi Note 7 Pro. So I felt that the rear camera performance on the Xiaomi Redmi Note 7 Pro is better than the Xiaomi Mi A3. With the selfie cameras, it's 32 megapixel versus 13 megapixel, both having the same aperture size. The 32 megapixel camera actually was not only good with the resolution obviously, but also with the colors, the skin tone, trying to replicate what the actual face colors is. That was better done on the Xiaomi Mi A3, and I was surprised with that. With the rear camera performance, I felt that the Redmi Note 7 Pro actually did a better job, but that was not the case with the Mi A3 when it came to the selfie camera, and the Mi A3 did a better job there. The battery life, another important aspect, where both of them have almost the same capacity. It's 4000 mAh battery on the Redmi Note 7 Pro versus 4030 mAh. So not a huge difference with the capacity. Even with the fast charging, 18 watt support is present on both. The box comes with a 10 watt charger in both of the cases. But with the battery life, I felt that the Redmi Note 7 Pro gave a little better battery. So I expected the Redmi Note 7 Pro to give a lesser battery life because of the fact that it has a Full HD Plus display, and that could drain a bit more battery. But it was almost the same case. 8 hours of battery life on both of them, a bit more, a few minutes more on most of the cases. But we'll be doing the battery test separately to see in the regular conditions does it do the same job. Because on the battery test, specific test, we saw that the Redmi Note 7 Pro was a bit better. But in the regular cases, we feel that the Mi A3 should do a better job because of the lesser resolution display here. And lastly, with the security options, this is the in-display fingerprint sensor that is present on the Xiaomi Mi A3, and you can see that we have tried it multiple times. So let me do it once again. So this is the in-display fingerprint sensor on the Xiaomi Mi A3, which is not so responsive as you had seen. It's not so good with the performance, but something that is new in the world of technologies. And not so many phones have offered it already in the mid-range pricing category. So this is having that in-display fingerprint sensor, while the Xiaomi Redmi Note 7 Pro has the fingerprint sensor on the back of the device. So I would say again, it depends on your choice. If you want something that is latest in the technologies, and you can go with this one. But this is faster. The Redmi Note 7 Pro's fingerprint sensor on the back is faster than the in-display fingerprint sensor. So I'd say again, it's totally dependent on your choice. I can't say that this should be better than that, because someone might want to use the in-display fingerprint sensor, but on the other side, this is faster than that. And finally, about the audio levels, also about the connectivity. Connectivity options are almost the same in both of them. Even both of them have the same hybrid SIM slot option. There's no difference in that aspect. Dual 4G support is present in both the phones. With the audio output, the speaker levels are almost the same. With the audio output on the headphones, it was a case of which headphones I was using. It was totally different than what I had expected. The Mi A3 actually gave a better audio output on the Xiaomi's Mi Super Bass wireless headphones when connected with the wire, but the Redmi Note 7 Pro did a better job when I was using one of the Sennheiser headphones. So it was a bit confusing, though I felt that the Redmi Note 7 Pro had a better audio output, but that also depended on the headphones that I was using there. So a quick summary before we end this. There are 4 better things in the Xiaomi Mi A3: AMOLED display, in-display fingerprint sensor, also no ads in the UI, and the final one is a better selfie camera. On the other side, the Xiaomi Redmi Note 7 Pro has its better things, that is firstly with the performance, the rear camera performance, even with the video captures, and a faster fingerprint sensor, and also a better resolution display, that's a full HD plus display. So it depends on your choice. I would finally give the vote to the Redmi Note 7 Pro because of the fact that the display resolution is quite important, the performance is quite important, and it's the rear camera that you might be using most of the time against the selfie camera. So this was the comparison of the two phones. I hope you like this video. If you do share and subscribe to Gizmo Times for more. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.